Coming up on School Matters. School's in for the summer, so you don't have to take a vacation from your education. We've got the scoop on why the classroom is the coolest way to beat the summer heat.
So even though students might be at grade level, it'll be an opportunity for them to do some more hands-on activities in reading, math, and science.
Dr. Nikolai Viti is in the School Matters studio with more on why you should spend your summer with us. We're also telling you why students at one school say springing forward is the best way to get ahead. Plus, they're stirring up some healthy competition in search for some big prizes. But can they handle the heat?
There's a lot of stress. Here, they're under stress because they're under a time limit.
Our cameras are inside the Cooking Up Change competition, how these aspiring chefs fared and who came out on top. And they say they're going for a ride.
I was tensing up trying to avoid them, but it was really hard.
We'll tell you which school is using a unique experience to drive home an important message. The dangers of distracted driving. School Matters starts now.
Spring is in the air and summer is just around the corner.
And here at Duval County Public Schools, we want to take you on a trip. The destination, education. Hello, and thanks for watching this episode of School Matters. I'm Isabella Groff.
And I'm Alexis Grant. This school year, you don't have to put your learning on pause. We're filling you in on everything you need to know about summer programs.
School Matters reporter Julian Robertson is standing by with a full report on how several district programs are helping students meet greatest needs.
And our superintendent, Dr. Nikolai Viti, is here in the studio with more on why these programs are so important, which leads us to our top story.
Students and teachers at One Jacksonville Elementary School say they're in it to win it, even if that means trading in vacation time for time in the classroom.
We're talking about a unique academy that had dozens of students choosing school over spring break. Think of this as a school library turned fashion house. These fashionistas are hard at work with all of the reading and math skills they need to make stylish new clothes for their Barbie dolls. Looking good, ladies, but they didn't become fashion experts overnight.
We could learn how to make them, and it was actually in the back. They showed us how to make different dresses and skirts.
We were reading this passage about fashion in the 1900s.
These girls are learning the ins and outs of fashion, thanks to the Spring Academy at West Jacksonville Elementary. The 3-day academy provides an opportunity for students to learn and have fun over spring break. How did the school pull it off? By combining reading, math, and science with fun enrichment activities.
With having them here with us instead of at home, we can keep their minds active, we can keep them learning. We're exposing them to new topics, new ideas, new ways of thinking.
Speaking of new ways of thinking,
31.
math skills are essential for this group of students. They made airplanes out of paper and straws, and they're measuring, then documenting just how far they can fly. Look at them go.
The first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how we are going to convert our centimeters into meters.
Math coach Jonathan Hinkie says teaching students through hands-on activities has its benefits.
Our whole approach to Spring Academy is to provide them extra chances to work on concepts and skills that they need to know. So we're kind of doing FCAT prep, but in a way it's really focused more on making sure that they have a chance to engage in hands-on activities and have experiences that they might not necessarily have time for during the day. And so it's a chance to work on standards and things they need to know, but in kind of a different way than they're used to.
This is the second year West Jacksonville has hosted the Spring Academy, and they don't do it alone. Business partners, state and district coaches, as well as professors and residents from the University of North Florida are all part of the equation. Here, UNF professor Dr. Cheek teaches students how to take a closer look at rocks and minerals.
The first thing we're going to investigate is the color that we see when we look at the mineral. If you look at this mineral, what color is it? What color do you see, Johnette?
Tan.
Kind of tan.
And as if this academy couldn't get any more hands-on, students got their hands on some basketballs and hit the courts for a unique lesson on the history of basketball and how the game got its origins. I'd say these students are scoring big time, not just in this game, but in their education.
We try to bring in a lot of those creative, hands-on enrichment type activities that we don't always have time for during the regular school day, and use that as a hook to get our kids in. I think for our parents that they are excited to know their kids, they're safe, they're in a structured environment, they're being productive. Whereas at home they would just be, playing, a lot of free time. But with here, our parents know how important it is for their children to keep learning, and if they're behind, to catch up.
Sounds like the teachers and staff at West Jacksonville are onto something, the importance of continued education all year round.
I think it's time for us to get a crash course on all of the district's summer programs. School Matters reporter Julian Robertson is here with the scoop. Hey, Julian.
Hey guys, these aren't your normal summer school programs, but they're fun, educational, and help students with the greatest need.
Coming this summer to a school near you.
Does this look familiar to you? If you've been at the movies lately, you may have seen this movie trailer promoting the district's Super Summer Academy. I bet you're wondering, what's the Super Summer Academy? It's a fun learning experience available to students who attend Title I elementary schools. Students will participate in enrichment activities in reading, math, and science, and they'll get to go on to plenty of fun field trips. The Super Summer Academy will take place at these 10 elementary schools, June 17th to July 26th. Sounds like fun. Now, let's talk about another neat program, the Summer Bridge Academy. This academy is meant to help students make smooth transitions as they enter middle school or high school. In other words, 5th graders going into 6th grade and 8th graders going into 9th grade. The program is 6 weeks long. It not only prepares rising 6th and 9th graders, but students will also go on field trips and work on projects focused on reading, math, science, and critical thinking. We don't want you to forget about our traditional summer school courses. The district will host a variety of classes to help students with course recovery. There are many options available for students in elementary, middle, and high school. To find out more about any of these programs, be sure to visit our website, duvalschools.org. Those programs represent just a handful of what's available this summer. Our schools will also be the sites for summer camps, Teach for America programs, and exceptional student education. Be sure to head to duvalschools.org for more. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Julian. Now we want to bring our superintendent into the conversation. Our Alexis Grant is in the studio with Dr. Nikolai Vitti. She has more on why he believes these programs are so important. Alexis?
Hey, Isabella, and thanks for joining us, Dr. Vitti. First of all, why is it so important for the district to host a Super Summer Academy?
Well, we know a lot of students at the end of the year may have failed a class and they need to do course recovery, take that class over so they can start the fall being on track to graduate. Other students may need to refine some skills in reading and math. And we'll also have some new programs this year that will just focus on enrichment. So even though students might be at grade level, it'll be an opportunity for them to do some more hands-on activities in reading, math, and science, probably stay out of trouble by being in school in the summer. And then most importantly, we know that based on research, a lot of our students lose the information that they learned over the summer because they're not reading as much, they're not thinking as much. So going to summer school also allows them to pick up where they left off as they go into the next school year.
Okay. Why are certain grade levels and students being served by the academy?
Well, we now have new end-of-course exams that even some 8th graders have to take, 9th graders, and these new end-of-course exams are required to graduate from high school. So we need to make sure that if a student fails one of those end-of-course exams, we're offering the retake class so that they can make up the credit and then graduate with their grade cohort. And then other students may have failed other classes, again, keep up with their cohort, and so that we're having our students graduate when they're supposed to graduate.
Yes, sir. Talk to us about the benefits of the Summer Bridge program. Is the transition from middle school to high school important?
Very important. We know that based on data, a lot of our students that are going from elementary and middle school have difficulty moving into that transition. You have more students usually there, more peer pressure, new culture, new teachers, just a new environment. Yes. So by having that transition period over the summer, they meet some new people, they'll interact with more middle school teachers, and it reduces a lot of the stress that is part of going in from elementary to middle school, but also middle school and high school, even a bigger leap for students. And the same thing, having access to high school teachers, being in a more of a high school environment only allows some of that angst to be lowered as students go into high school from middle school.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vitti, for joining us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Dr. Vitti soon, this time about a pep rally. You'll have to tune in to find out more. Back to you, Isabella.
Thanks, Alexis. Let's head over to a school that has all of the ingredients for a great competition. That is talented students, great teachers, professional judges, and, oh yeah, great food. These are the sights and sounds of a professional kitchen. Yum! But would you believe that the people behind these culinary concoctions are high school students?
I think it's wonderful to see students that are so talented and have so much passion for the culinary field. So these are the students that are going to be working in the kitchens along with me in the near future, and it's wonderful.
These are all culinary students from Terry Parker, Sandalwood, and Frank H. Peterson. They're all sharing space inside of the kitchen at Frank H. Peterson as part of the annual Cooking Up Change competition. 6 teams of budding chefs have each been tasked with preparing a healthy dish in just an hour and a half. Each team determined their recipe in advance using ingredients from a list of foods pre-approved by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The idea is to create a unique dish fit for any school cafeteria. As these students chop, stir, and season, they're being observed by professional chefs who have come in from all over the state to judge their dishes.
I think it introduces them to the pressure end of it. I think people think, oh, I'd love to cook, I'd like to do it professionally. There's a big difference between cooking and cooking professionally.
It's just fascinating to see what they put into it. They give it their all.
Great taste isn't the only goal these students are aiming for. They're also being judged on texture, presentation, portion size, and nutritional value. Students are also very careful to keep a close eye on food temperature and on sanitation, all key ingredients to a healthy meal.
Very concerned about their product, very professional. They were concentrating. They had a very tight regimen together. They were very focused, which in a kitchen is very important.
As time for them to cook winds down, students begin to get their food ready for presentation, which includes serving their meal on, you guessed it, a lunch tray. Just outside of the kitchen, the judges are at their seats ready to sample and score their meals. One by one, each team is asked to make a presentation.
We have a total of 750 calories.
From the chicken Alfredo, you'll get some protein.
As well as answer questions about their meal. All this food looks so good. I wonder who's going to come out on top. At stake are these amazing trophies, professional cookware, and a trip to Washington, D.C. In just a few minutes, we'll reveal the winners of the Cooking Up Change competition. We'll also show you their winning dish and hear the reactions to the big prize.
Can't wait. Well, we've got much more at School Matters coming your way. She's the newly named Teacher of the Year, and she's joining us in the studio. Coming up, we're having a one-on-one conversation with April Shackelford. Hear her inspirational story.
Plus, you never see students behind the wheel like this. What hands-on activity drove these high school students to get an important lesson in distracted driving? We'll have those stories and much more right after the break.
Coming this summer to a school near you. Students will have a chance to learn, participate in fun activities and field trips. Stay on track. Attend this free summer academy for Title I elementary and middle and high school bridge students. Space is limited. Sign up today.
The 2013 Florida Blue Teacher of the Year is April Shackelford.
You're looking at a video from the 2013 Eddie Awards and Duval County's top teacher. April Shackelford is the lead reading teacher at Northwestern Middle School and has a very inspirational story of her own. Our Alexis Grant is joining us now with an interview with the high school dropout turned Teacher of the Year.
Thanks, Isabella. Congratulations again to our Teacher of the Year. Thanks so much for joining us. First of all, what is it like to be the Teacher of the Year for the entire Duval County?
Absolutely awesome, but yet humbling. To be named Duval County Teacher of the Year is simply amazing, but I don't take it for granted because I know there are so many that are deserving to have that title.
Okay. How do you use your background to inspire your students?
My students think that most of their teachers are instant high school and college graduates. I let my students know that my road to success had many diversions. Therefore, I tell them my story of how I become successful. And it usually inspires them as well as their parents to want to do more and become more.
Tell us about the incentives you use for your students.
Oh my goodness, I love giving my students incentives simply because I get it. I understand most of them do not like to read. And tying an incentive behind them reading boosts them to want to read more. I want them to gain that love of literacy, and if it requires me putting a little incentive attached to it to help them become proficient readers, then I'll continue to do that.
Speaking of your school, we recently got video of Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and United Way volunteers sprucing up the school. What kind of impact does that effort have on your school and the students?
It has a powerful impact on the school as well as our students. It boosts the morale at the school. It also shows the volunteers giving to the community, and until the children, the students learn from that and giving back. So it boosts the morale. The students totally appreciate the new benches being put in the open area so they can have lunch with their teachers or maybe go out there and have a tutoring session. So we truly appreciate all they have done to enhance our school grounds.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Ms. Shackelford recently had the chance to meet Governor Rick Scott. Shackelford met Governor Scott at a state cabinet meeting at Flagler College in St. Augustine. She was one of 6 Teachers of the Year awarded with the Shine Award for their commitment to education. Congratulations again to Ms. Shackelford.
We know that teachers are paramount to the success of this district. Dr. Vitti recently voiced his appreciation for each and every one of them at the Eddie Awards. Take a listen to his speech.
Moving forward, the board and I have committed to restoring the fact that the core of what happens in our district, in our organization, happens in the classroom. And the most important 2 people in our school district are teachers and students. That is the core of the work.
To hear more from Dr. Vitti's speech and to see more videos from the Eddie Awards, be sure to visit our YouTube page. Just search for Duval Schools. Talking on your cell phone, texting on your cell phone, or driving under the influence. You name it, and it can be a dangerous and deadly distraction to any driver.
But School Matters reporter Julian Robertson has more on how one of our schools is putting students behind the wheel so they can learn an important lesson. Julian?
Alexis and Isabella, the important lesson is this. It's never safe to drive distracted. Thanks to some unique interactive experience, students at Baldwin Middle Senior High School are learning just that. You can see for yourself, juniors and seniors took turns getting behind the wheel of this parked car, wearing goggles and driving down a virtual road. This is part of the Arrive Alive Tour, a simulator experience put on by the group Unite International. These goggles are programmed to make students feel like they're driving under the influence. Each student is challenged with seeing whether they can drive the course without hitting any cars or any people. Several students even tried driving while texting. It was clear. None of these students could pass that test. And as each student completed their turn, they got a keychain with their picture on it. They're meant to remind them how dangerous it is to drive if you've been drinking or texting.
You're trying to sit there and focus and try to say, I want to turn left, but the steering wheel is not letting you because you're drunk. So it's like your mind's telling you to turn, but you can't because you're drunk. It's just a great program because a lot of drinking and driving accidents are usually teenagers in high school. So we're trying to let that not happen. And texting and driving occurs a lot in high school. You hear it every year somebody dies from texting or driving.
By the way, this experience wouldn't have been possible without Baldwin Middle Senior High's resource officer. Officer Amy Jello applied for a grant that allowed the school to invite Unite International to the school. Back to you guys.
Sounds like a powerful lesson. Thanks, Julian.
We've got more stories coming your way. In moments, we'll reveal to you which team won the Cooking Up Change competition. Here's a hint. Their dish is a little fishy.
Plus, Dr. Vitti is back in the studio. This time, he's bringing us the latest about a pep rally you don't want to miss. School Matters will be right back.
Success doesn't happen overnight.
You think we were handed a trophy?
We earned it 9 times.
9 times. You want it bad enough?
Go get it. Go get it. Undefeated state champions.
Being a champ takes hard work.
It begins with educational excellence for every one of us.
Every one of us.
On the court, in the classroom, year-round.
All day.
Every day. Every day. Every day. Every day.
Keep your head in the game.
Coming this summer to a school near you. Students will have a chance to learn, participate in fun activities and field trips. Stay on track. Attend this free summer academy for Title I elementary and middle and high school bridge students. Space is limited. Sign up today.
Picture this, a beautiful summer day at Jacksonville's Metropolitan Park. Thousands of families and lots of fun activities. We're describing the Pep Rally for Excellence. Alexis Grant is joined by Dr. Vitti with more on what kind of PEP we're talking about.
PEP actually stands for Public Education Partners. What exactly is the PEP Rally and what is the goal behind this event?
The PEP Rally allows the entire Jacksonville community to come together to celebrate our new strategic plan. The new strategic plan identifies our new vision, our new mission, our core values, our goals, and our strategies. And the PEP Rally allows the community to see itself in that strategic plan so that they know how to contribute and put their shoulder to the wheel to allow us to go from good to great. The PEP Rally is also an opportunity for us to celebrate all the hard work a lot of students did regarding literacy, with reading the books that they've read, recognize them and their family in supporting those students.
Okay. I understand that this annual summer event has grown to include a number of new partners. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. I think everyone would agree that there's a new energy, a lot of momentum around public education. So we wanted to take the summer event and have more people participate, more faith-based organizations, more business partners, and the more people that are involved in taking us from good to great, the more resources that it will bring to the district, more opportunities for our employees and our students moving forward. And so this is just an opportunity for everyone to come together in one location right before the school year starts to celebrate the good work that's happened and the good work that we're going to do moving forward.
Yes, sir. What will parents and community members learn from attending?
I think they'll learn very, very specifically. We've have 4 new goals that we're focusing on. One is developing educators and leaders. We have another goal that focuses on engaging the community. Another goal that focuses on using our resources more equitably and efficiently. And then lastly, a goal of developing the whole child. So parents and students that attend the PEP Rally will see exactly what we're going to do to meet those goals and how they can support their children at home or how they can get involved in the community to support one of those 4 goals or all 4 goals.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vitti, again for joining us. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
The PEP Rally is just around the corner. It takes place Saturday, June 1st at the Metropolitan Park, which is at 1410 Gator Bowl Boulevard. The PEP Rally runs from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and it is absolutely free to the public. Hope to see you there.
Thanks, Alexis. We've kept you waiting. Now's the time for the big reveal. We're filling you in on who won the Cooking Up Change competition at Frank H. Peterson Academies of Technology. Here they are. First place went to Bria Pasqua and Brandon Antonelli of Sandalwood High School. Nice trophy. Their winning dish, catfish tacos, spicy sweet potato fries, and fruit salad with honey dressing. The pair also won brand new cookware from Tefal, but the best prize is that both students will be competing in the final Cooking Up Change competition in Washington, D.C. They'll be competing against schools from 8 other cities.
It was a little bit intimidating, but I managed to pull through. This is actually my first time winning something, so yeah.
I'm most excited about getting back to my school and telling all my friends, and then going to Washington.
Congratulations to them. We finally made it. We're on our last story in School Matters.
I think it's best we let someone else take the story for us.
Hey guys, it's me, Vicky. I'm here in the office working on the next episode of Real School, and did you know it actually is going to be the last one of the season, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be the best one. And you know what that means, it's blooper time.
That was,
We're showing you some of our hosts' funniest moments, but you're also going to hear from them. Lola, Vaishnavi, and D'Angelo are all going to take some time and reflect on what it's been like being a host here on Real School. And I gotta say, it's been a blast. We're also going to fill you in on the latest news going on in our schools, including a school visit by a Jacksonville Jaguar. We'll tell you what important topic he's talking to students about. Plus, they may not be teachers, but they're sure learning what it feels like to be one. Watch as district administrators brave the classroom and become guest teachers, what they're learning, and hear what kinds of reviews their students are giving them. The next episode of Real School premieres Sunday, May 5th at 10 a.m. on WJCT. So bottom line, this is going to be the last chance you have to see all three of our wonderful hosts on camera before the summer is out, and I'm pretty sure someone else from DCPS TV will be making an appearance too, so you do not want to miss it. Guys, back to you in the studio.
I think I'll be watching. Thanks, Vicki.
Before we go, we want to give a quick congratulations to two of our schools. TheBestSchools.org recently ranked the 50 best public schools in the U.S., and two of our schools made the cut.
Stanton College Preparatory came in at number 5, and Paxton School for Advanced Studies came in at 31. Thanks for watching School Matters.
And remember, you can find us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. From all of us, have a great day.